Table Talk Show is now on Island Vibes Radio. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. Catch us live on Island Vibe Philly on YouTube and log on to islandvibe.net.
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to islandvibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion. Heavyweight, world great. At the Met Gaza celebrate.
Soca.
Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos parecen todavía. Viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que esta regla es solo para ellos. Y que para tu hombre te maquilla.
Soca.
Love in my heart. Rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. Islandvibes.net. #1 Caribbean station. Islandvibes.net.
Okay, welcome everyone to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice on islandvibe.net. You could catch us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Today, I have the beautiful, talented songstress. She's not an actor yet, right? Have you acted as yet? Not as yet. You never know. You never know. You write your songs as well, correct?
I do.
Okay, good. So she's also a writer and she has so many hats. You're gonna get to know more about Rane as the time go by in the interview. Right now, well, the season for Carnival is over, but Soca continues. We're not doing the seasonal thing. We're going straight through the year. We getting our music out, and this is a place to, know about the artists, in-depth interviews and so forth. And Rane is not a newcomer to my show. She's been on my show like about 2 or 3 times already, on different, twice before.
No, on the virtual platforms, I would say twice.
Yeah.
Twice, 2 or 3 times, I think. Yeah, but then I in studio once.
Yeah. Different shows, and so I'm like, you have to come on this show and do an update and all that good stuff, So welcome, Rane.
Thank you for having me, Nikki, on the Table Talk Show.
You're welcome. You're always welcome to my show. So how is it going?
It's going well. Well, Trinidad Carnival is over, but we have all the other carnivals coming up.
Yes.
So, you have to keep pushing, what you release for the Trinidad Carnival season so that it hits to every other carnival. So it really isn't a season, right? Trinidad have its carnival, Jamaica is coming up, Barbados is coming up, Caribana and all these other things going on. And then Hollywood Carnival as well. So
yeah. That's why, when I think of it, even though we say seasonal, right? Mm-hmm. How many times for the year do you make new songs?
Well, I normally would start around March.
Okay.
Just start to put things in motion for the, Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
But I also like to have something for the summer as well.
Okay.
And I'm already in the studio, so I didn't wait for March this time.
Okay.
I Carnival done, time to work again.
But do you focus so say you start March and then you start in summer. Are you kind of in a way focusing for Trinidad Carnival and crop over, or is it doesn't matter? Those are just the times that people usually prepare for Soca.
Yeah, so I would normally focus on Trinidad Carnival. This time I'm focusing on crop over and also for Trinidad. But before Trinidad, Miami, because I like to focus on Miami as well.
Yeah.
Miami is big for me. I did a lot of work in Miami a couple of years ago. And so for this year, focusing on Barbados crop over, and then focusing on Miami and focusing on Trinidad, and also want to focus on Caribana. So we're going to focus on a lot of things.
Ah, yes, those are the main ones. Like, could you believe I haven't been to Caribana? There was a
Yeah,
couple of times that I wanted to go and it just didn't happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. I spoke to my cousin and he's like, they're going. So I
right.
hope we go. But I've always heard about Caribana and they say nothing, well, I shouldn't say nothing can touch it, but I think because it's local, well,
Mm-hmm.
technically local in the United States, they say it's very professional,
Yeah,
the way they
Caribana,
do things.
it is. Yeah, I think like I went, I enjoyed it. It was everyone was so nice, welcoming, as everybody's just happy to be in the festivity. And the officers there were really nice, all the
Mm,
bands, everything was so well coordinated, even with
that's
the
what I
cross
heard.
stage and all of that. So
Yeah.
I will encourage anyone to go.
Yeah.
It's Toronto is a very nice city. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard it's very, very organized.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm not gonna get too much involved in, the trending topic was Trinidad Carnival and the music. That was the
Listen,
trending topic for this
I
year.
I knew you were coming.
I know I mean, I can't, that's why I say, it's as much as you want to say, because I know it's trending where everybody's putting up posts and who's bashing who because of what they said and all that stuff. For me, it's
Okay.
not a bashing thing. It's just, saying your point of view of what
Right.
you think
Yeah.
you need to correct.
Right.
As a country, as um soca lovers, as whatever you want to say, in regards to that. But I'll say this first, or I'll ask this first. Compared to any year of Carnival, which
Yeah.
year did you really like?
Oh, wow. You know what? I didn't really stay for the whole season this time, so I can't compare this season to previous seasons. I would say last year
Wow.
was a really good one for me. We
Okay.
really hit the ground running. I stayed for a longer time. We were able to get into different shows and do like the pavement climb and the ice slam and all these different things,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right? So I really think last year was a great turning point for me.
Okay.
This year I didn't get the opportunity to stay as long as I would like,
Mm.
but preparing for next year to stay as long as I would like. But I would 2022.
Mm.
I'm sorry, 2023.
Yeah.
About 2023 but would have been my best season.
Better season. Yeah, because they said this season was a short season because of it being in February and so many different
Yeah.
things. And then the thing is, when you know a short season's coming up, when do we know that they're actually gonna have carnival? It's usually the year before, maybe in October or something like that.
No, so you can Google it and it will tell you because
Yeah.
you always have to mark Ash Wednesday, right? When you know it's Ash Wednesday, just know the Tuesday and the Monday. That's kind of on Monday, Tuesday.
Before that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's really
So
interesting.
there are some years where you will get short seasons. There are some years where you get long seasons. I think the
March.
long seasons, that's a lot of work.
It is.
And it's in March or late in February and so on, because
Yeah.
they will start from December, right? And you will have to rally from December straight till then. So
Yes.
the short seasons, it will be kind of hard because it's like everybody's trying to fit you into this season, right? It's a short
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
But the longer seasons, I think I like the long season.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody do because you have time to plan your trip, plan your music, plan everything, get stuff together, go for interviews and everything that you have to do?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, in
definitely.
my eyes, I'm not an artist, so I'm just thinking that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, yeah. You can strategize more. You can say, okay, but everyone knows like the week before, you know what events they have, right? And
Okay.
then now for the long season, you like have to see like who's putting where, what, how.
Yeah, because they have to get the bands together, then the events together and so forth, and then you have to. So you when you I mean I usually how I start, I usually start from the get-go from when you're a young age. But
Right.
I'm just doing this and then we'll go to, where you started and stuff. And people who know
Okay.
you before and have seen you, you've done so much work. You have like what, 16 songs or so,
Right. Yes.
right? And when I first met Rane, I think Rane, you probably had, let's say hypothetical, like one or two songs or four songs or something like that.
I had two.
Right. See?
Right. So see how long we've been rocking
I
EP.
know. It's amazing. That's why I
Yeah.
like, it's been a good few years and doing the follow-ups is really interesting to show the growth and,
Yes.
you know, really, really
Yeah. I
interesting.
and I appreciate that because I feel like you were there from the beginning, right? From Miss Weiner, right?
Yeah.
Weiner, and then even when I see you at events, you'll be like, "Oh, you got more songs. Oh, I like how you're growing." And then, "Oh, come on the show and tell us about your growth." So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I like doing follow-ups. Okay. So
yeah.
let's start. Were you about to say something?
No, no.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see. All right, so did you have anything to say about how the music and the music on the road, the airplay, anything of the sort of the trending thing that was going on?
Honestly, no, because I I'm not going to really study, what people saying, who's saying what.
True,
They have
true.
their reasons for saying what they said. They know why they're saying what they said.
Yeah.
I listen to the radio, especially for carnival time, right? I listen to the radio in Trinidad. I
Yeah.
don't listen to see if they're playing my song. That's not why I listen. I
Right.
listen because I love the music. I listen to hear who released what. Oh, and then while I'm listening, I'm adding these artist songs to my Apple Music, right? So,
Playlist. Yeah.
so yes, I will download the songs and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, this song nice. And
Yeah.
um, like I just got onto Cat Dirty Flex, and I was like, shh. But that's
I
it. That's it. I can't remember, but I love the song. And everyone has their opinion. They've been through whatever they've been through, and that's their reason.
true.
But I'm just like, focus on you, do your music, and do what you have to do. Like, I don't think I remembered in an interview, I heard Bungie Garlin say no one knows you anything, and I took that and ran with it, right? Because I'm like, do your work, put in your groundwork, and what is for you will be for you. And
Well,
when your time comes, and everybody has their time.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like if you focus on what's not happening, you're gonna miss what's happening. You're going to not see the bigger picture, and
Yeah.
your songs playing in different countries, and that's for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because every week we get that, well, I get the update from Apple and Spotify and stuff. This is how you're doing this week, right? This is
Yeah.
and so you like the different countries that play their music. I'm like, what? Ghana, Germany, and this is me.
You're
And
surprised.
and yeah, and how many Shazams and who's Shazamming it, and then I'll be like, what if person really like this song? And that's what I focus on, YouTube streams and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I can't say I ever heard my song playing a party and that don't bother me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
people DM me and you'll be like, okay, these people are looking at you. Oh, these people like your music. Oh, these people are fans. And I don't
Yeah.
even think people like fans. Like, I don't think along those lines. So
Yeah.
my
You just
own input, which I saw everybody reposting, circulating, whatever, was they asking artists to release music like now, and I'm like, what happened to what we released that didn't play? That's just my thing,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it had to be like something that I really, as the Trinis would say, mash my corn for me to say something. But other than that, my whole mindset is if I open my fridge, my cupboard, my front door, my office door, my car, and I don't see you, I'm not getting in that box.
That's so true. That's so true. I mean, you have to do your due diligence. Let's say you go for your interviews, people hear it there.
Mhm.
On mixes, sometimes like you could send blasts and people would get
Love.
your music. And I find you hear more music on the mixes and all of the music. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't talk for being on the road. I know on the road now, we have from, I was speaking to someone before, you have from, let's say, 7 o'clock in the morning to,
Right.
let's say, 11 o'clock at night. There's so many songs you can play. But then I know when they hit the stage, they want a song where they would jump to. I don't know how they dictate which song they want to play, or they play the top 10 or whatever, just to get people to jump and wave. And I've experienced where you play a new song, and the only reason why people probably didn't hear the song is maybe they didn't hear it in the mix, they didn't hear it in the party, you probably didn't hear it on the radio station. So if you're looking for the radio station alone, there's so many different avenues, not just the radio station, right?
Right.
But radio station does play a big part because some people don't probably have a particular phone to get the
Right.
sponsor for that, so they're looking for the radio station or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
I
They
mean,
play, yeah, they do because a lot of people, that's what they listen to, right?
yeah,
I know I can't speak for every Caribbean country, but I know for sure Trinidad,
yeah,
they're not paying for iTunes. They hardly have an iPhone, right? They prefer Samsung, and they're not paying for Spotify. They're not doing all of that.
no,
So they rely on the radio, they rely on the YouTube.
mm-hmm.
Being a masquerader, I can speak from a masquerader standpoint.
Yeah,
During the season, you will hear that one song and you're like, I better hear this when I cross in the stage, right? I'm not like, I better hear my song when I cross in the stage. No,
yeah,
I'm like, I hear this song that I like, that I know is a song to cross the stage. You need adrenaline, euphoria, and stuff when you're crossing the
exactly.
stage.
Yeah,
You cross the stage with something slow and a groovy or whatever, which, sometimes it could be that song, eh? It could be
mm-hmm.
that song. So, how they choose what they play to cross the stage, it is what the masqueraders say they want to get to cross the stage.
Mm.
So it's not like the DJ saying, we playing a song to cross the stage and this is what all the crossing the stage with. That is not how it goes. To me, the masqueraders, and then I saw that some mass bands even put out a poll and asked their masqueraders, what do you want to hear to cross the stage, which I think is a good thing.
That's good. That's good. I heard someone mention that, where they say they should do a poll maybe when you get in your costumes or something like that, and let people, let the masqueraders be involved, at least to know that they are involved and there's some kind of
Yeah.
system. Yeah. But I think
Yeah, then you think like, oh, they care about what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I think like picking from
exactly.
up your costume, or even when you register and you're going to make that final down payment, because probably when you register, you ain't really hear nothing yet that will hit you. So probably
Mhm.
that final down payment or collection, they could do a poll and be like, what do you want to hear when you're crossing the stage? And I'm like, I want to hear this. I want to hear Savannah Grass. I want to hear DNA. I want to hear Carnival Contract. So you do that to include the masqueraders in what is their experience.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, I think, as they say, everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Every year there's something. If it's not a pandemic, if it's not a this, if it's not a that,
We
it
don't want to
opens your
understand
eyes. Oh, wait, no, no, no. I don't want to say. I'm just saying, well, we passed through that,
that.
but
Yeah.
it made us all aware of, cleanliness, number
Mm.
one. That's that. And
Yeah.
then what's happening this year is making people aware. Listen, radio station need to step it up. DJs probably need to step it up. Artists, everybody in a whole probably have to do whatever part they have to do in order to make sure the music is played. So maybe because of all this fuss that's going on, next year might be better. A lot of people saying they're going next year. You never know.
People will not go, right?
That's
They will,
true.
I mean, one or two here or there or whatever, but this is something that especially you born and grew up in Trinidad. This is your culture. I've been playing
Yeah.
my style, right? So I take Hudson for every Saturday, Sunday until the season finish, right? Jumping, jumping, jumping. You grew up with this. It's something that you want to partake in. You might dabble in other carnivals.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, home is home. No place like
Exactly.
home, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you can go anywhere in the world, right? You could eat roti anyway in the world. But when you go home, you're having that roti, and I emphasize on that roti that you know and love, because it's not the same, right? So there are people who be like, greens mass is the same, spice mass, sorry, is a different vibe, because everyone has their own secret ingredients in their carnival, right? So Grenada is for the jabs, and Sink is sugar mass and all this kind of thing. And then they're like, Trinidad Carnival is the Mecca. So they will evolve as they go along, and they will, live up to that. Trinidad Carnival is the Mecca, right? And it will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. But while getting bigger, have to remember to keep the true essence of it. So, yeah.
That's true. That's so true. Okay, so let's go back. I mean, I shouldn't touch too much on the youth part of it, but I am gonna ask because I mean I'm on a different platform. It's new listeners and so forth. I probably have other listeners. So I want to know, let's go here. All right. So you started what inspired you from the early tender age of 8 years old, or was it earlier than that in order to get into soca?
Well, I would say from 8, it was more calypso, because it would be like school calypso competition, right? At the time, we had Dr. Cassandra, and then one student singing, writing Dr. Cassandra kind of music to enter a competition. So, and I like writing up to this day. I still like to write. I write little poems. I used to be writing a little R&B. I write a little reggae. You just see where you can go, right?
Yeah.
So singing in the choir in school, singing in church. I don't think I was ever a shy person, because I would like partake in all these things, dancing, best village, praise dance, all these things. But then it was always in a group.
Okay.
Right? So, and then now you branch off and you're like, it's just you.
Ugh.
Right? So my first performance, I think it was Soca Extreme in Brooklyn. And I have nerves like, whoa.
Really?
Really? I had to call up a cousin who is like, in the soca industry, and be like, tell me what to do, get me some tips. And then I got over that, because I just like, people say, oh, you don't be shy. But if the people don't receive you well, I said, listen, it will have one person in that crowd that will do the difference. And that's all I need. I just go, do what I have to do the way you're supposed to do, You will take notes. I like to watch other artists that's top tier when they're performing, and look at how they command the crowd and stuff. So like, even if I finish perform, of course, because I'll be the opener, and then they come after me, I will stand up on the side of the stage and watch them. Watch the crowd, watch them. That's me, because I take the notes too, Don't feel like, oh, you're rich and you can't do nothing.
Yeah, because you learn every day. I had someone, everyone always have a say when they come here, and I would I say what I have to do is there's a part where I'm gonna do it. Every saying that I heard, I'm gonna name it and stuff like that, because I think it's really cool. So one person said, in summary, he said something in reference to a professional. They say everyone always leave crumbs. Everyone always leave clues. So take those clues, and you could use those to elevate yourself or to help yourself if you're in the same type of industry, Yeah.
Right.
I think that was pretty good. Do you think that confidence helped you? Maybe you weren't shy, but the confidence that you had or exude helped you in your career?
I would say so. One of the things, I hardly tell people this, but my mother was not 100% on me singing soca, or performing, I should say, because she was like, I am afraid that if somebody tell you something, you're gonna let them have it, and I would look bad as your mother. And I was like, no. I said, be afraid of somebody, throw toilet paper And then my problem. I said, but I think being an outspoken person, being a nonsense person, being a person that has grown to not worry about what other people think, give me that confidence to just go on the stage and, do what I have to do. I don't look, people be like, oh yeah, I don't look at the crowd. So like the crowd will be here and I will be looking here.
Above. I used to do that. I used to say, look in the box or look in front of them. Some people say, think of them as naked. I can't watch people in their eyes. Like I have to look above or something. Yeah.
So then, and then if I see the person in front and they're whining and whatever, and I in my peripheral, this person whining, this person, I will come in and zoom in on and and people down in the back and they waving their hand down in the back because I look at them that way.
That's nice. That's a good way of doing it. The name Rane, for people that know you, well, they know you as Rane Music or what is the name? How did you come up with the name?
Well, Shireen, that's my first name. Rane Blackman. So we going with Rane Blackman.
Yeah.
Because my friends just start calling me Rane. They start calling me Rains, Rainy, and then Rain. Wow. And I just ran with the rain. Yeah. So, rain, I always thought of it as music rains, right? But spelling of the rain, but that's just how I think of it in my head.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's how I came up with the music rain.
Yeah. I like that. I like the icon that you have with the head, the lady, and
That's me.
Really? They did it from your...
Yeah, because my hair was bigger than this, right? It was puffy, and I had someone draw me, and the hair is actually music notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful concept.
Yeah.
So your family support system, how is that when it comes to your business and everything that you do?
Well, they've grown a lot with me, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially my mom, I would have her come with me, so she would come and see how I do. And now it's the husband. So the husband comes. And well, we have this interview here and he set up everything, put on
right. That's nice.
So right there, getting ready upstairs and I come down and everything is set up. So
that's beautiful.
I know. Yeah, he does things like that. So, he's like, I'm behind the scenes. And I'm like, no, I want you for he's shy. He doesn't really like mixing, but he will help me dress. And he will get me to the venue on time because he's a stickler for time.
Oh gosh.
My mom and my sister, they always posting everything. My cousin, I have a cousin, she makes sure I get on the newspapers and everyone just very supportive. They will come, like if I go to Trinidad, carnival time, you don't have time to go visit nobody. They will come to the events just to see me. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about family support. Before when we met you, you weren't married. Let me say that. I can't say single or whatever. So you weren't married. So now that you...
Yes,
So now that you are married and you talk about family support and so forth, what are the pros and the cons, I should say? Even if it's the pros is more than the cons or whatever, how is that being married in this industry?
Well, one, you have to get somebody that understands what you do and, know that you'll be gone sometimes. Just something came up. I was like, next weekend I'm going to Florida. I have a performance. Oh, okay. So you had to drop me in the airport this time, pick me back up. Time. So the pro is, they understand and, they will support. They will take me to the airport and back. They won't help me put my clothes together. For Trinidad Carnival, my husband helped me put my outfits together because he's like, I represent us and I have to look good.
Aww.
So put the clothes together and stuff like that. The cons is time. Time. Yeah.
So when you
did this interview, I did a whole house cleaning.
My God.
Yeah. So when you time,
When you say
And
time as in time in having to be able to do what you need to do, like, could you elaborate
yeah,
on it? Mm.
yeah. So time as in like now I have to set reminders in my phone. Post this at this o'clock. Post that at that o'clock. Calendar event, Nikki G interview. This interview. Phone call with this one. And then the admin part of the music, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget about the admin part. You know, you have to make sure you put in for people to get their royalties, who get this and that. Make sure you send payments, do this. So it's always now
Mm.
calendar events, calendar events, calendar events.
Oh my goodness. And
Yeah.
I mean, my day is definitely not as busy as yours,
Right.
but I could have like 2 interviews in a day and I'm just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it's mentally you get overwhelmed besides the physical. You have the physical and the mental.
Yeah.
I know when I used to go out and do island mix and going out there and you have a family to maintain and then you have to cook before you go out and all that stuff, it's
Yeah.
draining.
The good
Yeah.
thing is I have a cook.
What?
Yeah, I have a not like a person, not somebody. He cooks. So,
Oh, good.
so it's
Good.
a balance. It's a balance, and I like that it's a balance.
Yeah.
So it's not like me all the time. So that's the good thing. But then you have to, also other than singing soca, you have your regular job because
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a lot too.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, Rain has many hats. She wears a lot of hats.
Yeah,
Let me get into so she has a bachelor's degree legal studies, an associate's degree in paralegal studies, and then active duty as a paralegal,
yeah.
right, in the US Navy. So how is that? I mean, are you ever home?
I have to. I was just telling a friend the other day, I stopped taking lunch breaks, and he was like, "No, no, no, no. Make sure you take your lunch. Lunch is imperative." And
Yeah.
the next thing is leaving work. Like I normally leave like an hour and a half after my time to leave. So,
Oh.
and what, my mind ran on you because I remember you were the first one to say, "How?" When I was doing my bachelor's, look at you, Nikki. You was with me.
I know, straight true.
And you said, how do you do that? And and now I'm decided like, let me go do my master's. And I thought about you because I was like, Nikki's gonna be like, honey,
I know.
but we get it done. You put your mind to something, you do it.
True.
Not like school. So I remember a time I was in Miami and I was like, I have to finish this. Like, let me hit send. Okay, get dressed to go and perform.
Wow. But
So
but with school, I mean, now that they have a lot of things online, so are
yeah.
you doing a lot of online schooling or
Yeah.
physically going into okay.
I would love to. I thought about it. I would love to go in. I like that sitting down in the classroom and listening to the professor taking notes and stuff like that. But when I thought about it, I'm like, if I do in person, I won't be able to go and perform because in person is more strenuous, right? You
Yeah.
can't you miss class, forget it, right? So
Yeah.
online though will have to be the better route because
Mm.
I carry my laptop and my books and do what I have to do.
Do what you have to do. Okay. All right. So I mean, I don't know how much in depth you want to go in regards to the Navy, but are you like on base? Or you at home? You go in
Yeah.
whenever you want, type of thing? You have a
Yeah,
schedule.
yeah, because now I'm on my shore rotation, so I'm on base. And
Okay.
it's not as bad as you could think. Now I'm at the level where I can choose where I want to get.
Okay.
So
That's good. That's growth right there. I mean, it feels like, it feels like I'm the older sister in a way, and you're
yeah,
growing up and you're doing things, and I'm coming back to see where you've been, and that type of
yeah.
thing. That's it.
Well, that's true. It does feel like that because you, as I said, connected me with a lot of good people and people that I still work with today, like Cordell from
That's
in
good.
when he asked if I could make roti on your show, and I was like,
Oh
hell,
yes.
I know Cordell is part of my camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what I
been.
like. That's what I like doing. I like connecting people. That's what entertainment business, what this industry is about.
Yes,
Some
yes,
people may not know someone. I might probably get information like I shouldn't say
Like,
with my team or with people, huh?
I said like with Siddiqui, right? Because he
Yeah,
heard me show and then we ended up doing a song together.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So in this industry, you connect so many different people together, not just yourself, but people connect you and all that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
really nice.
So you've worked with a lot of producers and I'm not sure writers because you say you write yourself and so forth. How do you pick the people that you write you do your singing with? And I just want to know, like, just tell people in summary how it works. Let's say from the start of you wanting to do a song for the season, how is that process?
Well, with what I write, I would say I need somebody to build a beat for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't write a beat, right? I just write off the top of my head. So I
Ah,
was like, I need somebody to build a beat for this. And I would go to people that I work with before. I might hit up Mr. Lion, I'll hit up Mill Beats, or I would say what I want, I know or heard of a producer that I know could give me that song. So if I want something where job is concerned,
mm-hmm.
like when I wrote Action, Action was actually supposed to be not Action, sorry. No, it was Action. Action was supposed to be no Attitude. So
Mm-hmm.
many, pardon me. Attitude was supposed to be a job song, right? It was job attitude. We ended
Mm-hmm.
up dropping job. And I went to Mr. Legs out to Grenada because I was like, he from Grenada. He could give me
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
I went back to Mr. Lion to add to what Mr. Legs did. So you just have to know the producer, know their sound, because you can hear from their different productions.
Mm.
Nikolai Green, I know he's a monster as well.
Yeah.
So I would ask him, what do you think? Can you do this? If they come with a beat and they're like, oh, it's a rhythm, and I start writing and I'm like, I'm missing something, I will hit up Zone.
Yeah.
For people who's not familiar, who Zone is, that is the brother of Pretty. And I will hit up
Mm.
Zone and ask him to tweak the song for me, or we started working with Shaft. So I hit up Shaft as well. I also, for my behavior, I had Daryl Juvie tweak that for me. Um, and I think, and then I worked with D Nice, right? So with Siddiqui and stuff. So D Nice, he came with To the Moon, and I
Mm.
really like that one too. And that's a nice island, but summer vibe. It's not really a soca song. So I like to mix that. So yeah, you just have to know the sounds of the different producers and what they bring,
Mm.
and then you tap into that with them.
All right. So you have to do your research to know who
Yeah.
you want to, as you explain, and all right, that's good. So you
Research,
have hmm?
research is imperative.
Oh yeah, very, very, especially if you have to work with a good producer to know
Yeah.
what they've done. So you have Handle It in 2019, I Papi and Bam Bam in 2020, and My Behavior in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, so discovery. Okay, so here I have your self-discovery and writing in 2014 and 2015. Explain that to us.
I just started writing after, hanging out in the studio with, it was Anson, right? Anson Soverall, the late Devon Matthews,
Mm.
Pretty, but Hey Choppy, he going by Hey Choppy now. Back then it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
868, Shraddha, Jabs, Jabalani, Jabs Music, like just being around those people in the studio and stuff like that. And I was like, I could write, so let me continue writing. And then I was in Trinidad at the time because I moved back home, and
Mm-hmm.
sweet TNT. And I was in Trinidad at the time, and then I came back to New York, and I linked up with Ronnie Homer, which is a schoolmate of mine.
Mm.
And he had a studio in Queens at the time, so I would go there and vibe with Ronnie. And it just went from there. And then Lion, Mr. Lion of Lion Raw Productions, he was
Yeah.
getting the producing, and he was working. Or I think Wildfire was working with him, and I know Wildfire from modeling, and I know Mr. Lion, and he was like, "Bring your book of songs." Because I literally had a notebook of songs. I still have the notebook of songs. And he's
Wow.
like, "Bring your book of songs and let's work on something." And Miss Winer was the first song I wrote, so that's what we released.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You everybody that you mentioned they have how should I say, they have a big name in the industry, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm amazed of the people that you're working with. So it's one thing you picking them, but how is the reception besides you knowing them for a long time? Let's say new producers or something. How is the reception from them? Have you gotten a no or somebody probably showing your face and be like, you want to work with me, or probably doing research on you and say, okay, I'll get back to you. Have you come across that at any point?
No, I think the only person that I mentioned that I have not worked with is Anson.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was the tough one. I think I can't recall if I tried. I believe I did try doing something with him. And then we met up one day. I was in Trinidad. He was actually going to the studio down by Bungie and them to do
Mm.
something. And that's how I met Static. And but we didn't really do anything. So I think the only person I did not work with that I mentioned is Anson.
As yet. Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to reach him now anyway. So yeah. But everybody else was very receptive. Actually, a couple of people reached out to me because I didn't even know them, right? And
Mm.
reached out to me. I'm not gonna name names, so some like, well, where have you been? Probably on that rock. Um, and then I like, oh, you did this song? Oh wow, you did that song, you know, and then Azaria, right? So
Mm.
he also did writing and production for me. So I know who to go to, but nobody ever, because I guess I'm not such a nice, loving, bubbly person. Everybody be like, oh,
Why
she's
would
cool.
they say no?
Yeah, this is to me. No, she's cool, like, let's see what she have. And they too, especially those big names that I call, they
Mm.
too did their research on me. They ain't just
Mm.
taking me like that.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard of artists say, "Oh, this person don't want to work with me," or I reach out to people and stuff like that. So sometimes you want to know, is it because of your song, your personality, who know who, this type of thing. You know what I mean? You never
Yeah,
know.
I've never gotten that, but I know of some producers that will work with artists based on the number of followers they have, based on their
Ah,
following. Don't look at me. I just started, but I'm organically growing. But they would do it based on their numbers of followers, and I was like, oh wow, that's a thing. Like you learn something like every day.
yeah, it's true. I mean, they have how should I say it, like management and so forth would look at that to see
Yeah,
your growth, to look and see how professional you are. But I believe if you have the talent, it doesn't necessarily you could get the followers, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you have the
yeah.
talent, they probably might have the tool in order to make that grow because you already have the talent and they see where you could go from there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Um So your inspiration, I see, is Denise Belfont, Destra Garcia, and so forth. So I remember back then when you used to say, you want to sing with Nadi and this, that, and the other, and then time passed. And then you on stage, you're taking pictures and stuff. I was like, look at my girl there. She talking to them, she taking off pictures, she with everybody and stuff. So how was
Yeah.
that meeting them? I mean, I know you've met them numerous times, right? So
Yeah.
so that feeling of how you felt back then to now, like how is it now being in that limelight and you meeting them and you in the different shows and fetes and stuff in Trinidad and all over the world?
The first time I was really shy and giddy, right? So like, oh, this man, oh, it's fair. So it's like, oh my gosh. So now when I see them,
Yeah.
I get them to look like
Uh,
like 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 can I talk? Sorry.
yeah.
But they're so cool now. Like when now they see you, they're like, hey, I haven't seen you. So and I still just be like, like my last performance, Nadia got there before I went on stage, right? So like when I come off stage, I was like, I wonder how she think I do. Just thinking about it. And she was like, you do good, girl. You do ragged. And I was like, that's enough for me. That's all I But you know, everyone has an artist that they geeked out about, right? It could be somebody big, like somebody probably will see Bruce Springsteen and just be like, oh my God, you know? So it always have somebody before you that you're like, wow.
Yeah.
But I was just, it's cool, but I'm still like butterflies inside a bit, so.
So with those butterflies, is there still someone that you haven't worked with? It could be in any genre of music, not just soca. Anyone in the US, R&B, hip hop, reggae that you think that you'd like to work with?
Oh, that's before I could have answered that, right? Like off the bat. No, I'm like, can't think of it. I would like to work with voice. Yeah, I would like to work with voice because voice can tap into that soft side, melodic, sweet side, and I just feel like it could be a good mesh.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think it's because of the genre? Should I say genre? The age bracket type thing where maybe okay, so I guess some older ones would probably deal more with the kaiso, soca. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the younger generation tap into a different melodic type of vibe that you might probably be, or it doesn't matter. It's just the
I don't think so, because I think if you mesh the kaiso with the soca, I mean, soca come from kaiso, right?
Yeah.
Come from kaiso. So I saw Lyrical did a song with David Rudder. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
I think there should be a little more of that. You know, pay homage to those that went before us and paved the way for us. So I think there should be more of that. But I don't think it has to do anything with the age brackets or you know, it's just like, you know, if you hear a song and it comes and, you know, you think it works. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm gonna try and attempt to
do
the YouTube because I know we've been talking and getting, so I want everybody to hear your song.
Okay.
So I want you, this is good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to highlight the song, set it up for us, tell us how it came about, and then in summary, and I'll play the song.
Okay, so this is different on the Jam Juice rhythm. The Jam Juice rhythm came about by my manager, Kylie Singh. So he is the executive producer of this rhythm. And then Azaria wrote, I think, all the songs on the rhythm, if I'm not mistaken, including his. And I thought that was something really fascinating to have, you know, different songs, for you to come up with different songs on one rhythm. So he came up with the difference, and I really liked it. And I think Azaria always tried to challenge me in a production. So this was one of those challenges.
All right, so I'm about to play the Jam Juice. Well, different on the Jam Juice rhythm.
Yes.
It's Rane. I gotta tell them again. This one a PG to 10. If you name man then, come in. You name man ent, then you possess different type skills. Let me go. Leave my wet, body soak, all the rude things we could do. Got my elbows on the floor, arch my back, give me raw. I'll make you want to settle down. You know my name, I'm pouring out. You turn me on like sprinklers, you should know. You got me wet, I'm dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I dripping. It filling up different. Wet, I dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I dripping. Baby, I want your word, hey. Hold me, bring my fantasy stool line. Hold me, to love me up, you just do it right. This wine getting mood on. First place, baby, move on. Your lips on mine, had to tell you that you're all different. Rum had me extra tight, like them shots, them expedite. Nah, you can't vex with I a sexy vibe. Man love when them legs vibe. Full flex for me exercise. Roses on that sexy light. Hold me, you'll be mine tonight. Hold me like the ransom type. Choke me with my hands on tight. Bite my lips when you glide inside. If you want me to do the work, I can tell that you's a flirt. I like it, see me, I hope you know. I whining low, just for you. You have my body burning up. Freaky, freaky, make my heart. Ride it, I won't stop. Explosion, you got me wet, I'm dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I tripping. It filling up different. Wet, I tripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I tripping. Baby, I want your work. Hold me, bring my fantasy.
All right, so I want people to go online and let me stop this here. Hold on. I want people to go online and listen to the song. I'm gonna set up another one. Let me see here.
Yeah, so this is on the bagpipe rhythm. This was done by Mr. Lion of Lion Rock Productions, and I wrote this one. I wrote Work It.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I want you to throw it back on them. Work it, girl. Use a wine criminal. You see that big bumper, girl. I want you to throw it when you apply the pressure. Them all in murder. That waistline, girl. It's real stamina. You're hot like fire. Look, they throwing water. All the hot gal them bend right over. With the ladies them who know how to make the man them lose control. Hands in the air 'cause it's back canal every time that bumper roll. Just give it to them, give it to them, give it to them, boy. I say give it to them and show them you could. Work it, gal. Use a wine criminal. You see that big bumper, gal. I want you to throw it back on them. Work it, gal. Use a wine criminal. You see that big bumper, gal. I want you to throw it when you that bam healthy. Oh Lord have mercy. Don't study them. You spend your money if it
Very nice, Rane. Very nice. Let's do one more.
Let's do Let We Go on the the Stars rhythm.
Let We Go. Okay.
Sometimes I could get so emotional. Oh, yeah, make it rain. I got a lot of passion in me when the jamming soca through the streets. It's like the sun charging up my body, all my pores busting with energy. But if you never play, you would never know. If you never stay for 2 days on the road, you don't get it, you don't get it. It's like my antidote. Just for me to buy my costume, I take a loan. No, that was like the ultimate sacrifice. Whole year away to feel the vibe. Don't tell me nothing, please don't tell me nothing. Don't want to hear nothing, no. I just not listening. We not listening, no. And when the things start, you can find me in the front. We gon' be jumping up in the front. We gon' be waving up in the front. We gon' be winding up in the front. Just pose for the camera. Let we take a picture in the front. I gon' be parading all day, making a mess on the roadway. I know I like my own way. I don't care what they say, 'cause if you never play, you would never know. If you never stay for 2 days on the road, you don't get it, you don't get it. It's like my antidote. Just for me to buy my costume, I take a loan. No, that was like the ultimate sacrifice. Whole year away to feel the vibe. Don't tell me nothing, please don't tell me nothing. Don't want to hear nothing, no. I just not listening. We not listening, no.
Love it.
Ooh la, ooh la, ooh la, ooh la, ooh la, ooh la. Give me baby, come put it on me, yeah. Sit baby, don't be shy. Look me in my eyes. Wet like slip and slide. That gal position make you satisfied. Hey, grip me baby one more time. Look at the key, look the right side. You want the thing that fuck me with ties. Release the freak inside. It's action I want when I'm whining. Action want to bubble it baby. Record on your phone, you could show the world how you drive me crazy. It's action I want inside me. Come over and walk me, baby. Make me sit down and ride, sit down and ride. Come for the action, baby. Action, baby. Make me fall for mercy. How you rough it up, baby, work it. Make me fall for sweetness. You're working off shop, the way I drill it. Make my ball out on the ground. Ball out it, baby. Record on your phone, you could show the world. How you drive me crazy. It's action I want inside me. Come over and walk me, baby.
Awesome, I did it.
Yes, you did.
Lovely, lovely. So I see that you work, when you work with different artists, whether it be male or female or so forth, right? With the collaborations and the music, how is that? Is there like a pull and tug with minds of, creative minds, or you find it goes smoothly?
For me, it has gone smoothly because, okay, so like with A Good Man with Siddiqui, he came with the song and just the parts where he need a female, right? So I just fell in. And then I took over with the video and all that stuff because from the time I hear a song, and I already know if I want to do a video for it. And then I already have like in my mind what I want to do for it. So that's one part of it. And then like with the collaboration with Pretty, we had the song, we sent it to him and we like, this is where we want you to fit in, and he just fell in, and I did, organize with the photo shoot and all that for the cover and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't been that bad. It can be bad. It depends on who you're working with.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Your artwork and so forth. Do you use the same person all the time, or you would change different people?
No, I use the same person because they know how to execute what I want, and they have the patience to me because I'm really meticulous when it comes to those things.
Yeah. The video I love. I love how, the little stick figure and, the last one.
Yeah.
That is really creative. So I'm going to be reaching out to you for that because I'm working on a project and I need someone to tell me how it's done, financially, and the person that's doing it, how that is done. Because I have something creative that I want to do for myself.
Right. But for the rhythms, I don't come up with the artwork for the rhythms. The producer does that.
Okay.
So the person that produced the rhythm, so like for the Jam Juice rhythm, my manager did that. So I can ask him for you. Yeah.
All right, good.
Then for Work It, Mr. Lion, he did that one. So that also has a stick figure, I think. So yeah.
All right. So he worked with the art person in order to
not my art person. They have their own art person.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, got you. Okay.
They're graphic artists, I should say.
Graphic artists, exactly. I wrote it down here and then I think. So management, right? Some people, it's hard. Sometimes it's financial, and then sometimes it's meeting the right person, right? So your management team that you have, was it an easy find? Or did someone recommend them to you, or they just fell in your lap, or was it a friend, or?
Well, with Tavia, I know Tavia for years, right? So she started off managing, and then I was like, I need somebody that could really, really push me. So then I had Tavia as like the road manager. I had Anton, he's in Trinidad. I know him. He wasn't he DJs as well, and he is connected with people. So he's my road manager in Trinidad. And then Kyle, how I met Kyle is I performed at one of Kyle's events in Trinidad, and and I was introduced to him, of course, because he was having the event, and we both speak military. So, and then he was like, if you ever need a manager, let me know, like jokingly. And then eventually I reached out to him and I was like, hey, remember when you said so?
Yeah.
Try it out. And we just, almost 3 years now, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's about 2 years now, yeah.
Jason Shaft, I've seen his name working with Lero and a lot of different people. I know he writes and he produces as well, right? How is it?
I know he writes, yeah.
Yeah. So how is it working with him? I know you doing a power soca rhythm produced by Mill Beats.
Yeah, so that's the Let We Go, that's the sass rhythm. Okay. He wrote all the songs on the sass rhythm. Shaft.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I just spoke with him virtually. To this day, I still never met Siddiqui.
Really? What?
Yeah. I don't think I ever met Siddiqui. No. But yeah, so I never met Shav, but we speak on the phone,
Yeah.
FaceTime and yeah, I think him and Siddiqui are the only two people that I work with that I never
You
met.
haven't. All
Yeah.
right.
And then now I go and record by Casey Phillips,
Yeah.
Precision Production. So yeah.
How is it? That was my next question. How is it working with KC?
Nice. It's really nice. Working with Casey is like working with Mill and working with Nicola Green. Yeah.
mm,
So Casey is really nice, and what shocked me the first time I recorded with him is that he could hit notes, right? So
yeah.
I was like, oh, you could sing too? Okay, cool, yeah. So because I was just accustomed with Wildfire stretching my vocals, Casey would be like, don't say this, say like, ah. I'd be like, what? So high, you want me to go so high? So it's nice working with him. He's really cool, nice setting. He always makes sure you have tea and warm up before you start and yeah.
Nice. And he's been in the business a long time, just like yourself. So he knows the logistics of it. He came
He's
from
way
a musical
longer than
family.
me.
Huh?
Yeah, so he's been in way longer than me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He's been in it a long, long time. And business-wise, I think he's really good.
Yes.
In reference to that. Yeah. Okay, so let me play my game and
It's a
then we'll
game.
come back to yes. All right, so usually what I do, I'll do a one-word game, but this one, I want you to do summarized, right? Not necessarily one word. And it's that kind of kinky-ish thing. It depends on how your thought process. You could, I know you all good with that. So, so you could answer it in relation to music. You could answer it in relation to life, however you want to answer it. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go with this. What sound that you hear turns you on?
Oh. TJ, looking like your Mac for this girl, money exquisite. That's
Nice. All right. What is your pet peeve?
I have OCD. I have so many pet peeves. Bad grammar, bad spelling. Ooh. If I see a post and the caption, the spelling is bad, I just scroll past. It ticks me, like really does. Yeah.
All right, let me see. Oh, I didn't put it here, but what turns you on? That's why I say you could do it musically. You could do like one person he likes Captain Crunch.
They did what?
They like Captain Crunch. So I told them do it musically if you want. So what turned them on was the sound of music.
The sound of music. I have that whole catalog on my phone, like literally. That's my common thing. But what turns me on musically, if I hear a song, if somebody send me a beat, like, I want to write for this. Yeah, that I will go that route.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, let me see. Okay, what is the difference between these two words to you? What does it mean to you? Selfish. What does selfish mean to you?
A greedy, curvaceous person that don't care about nobody else. Like people who drives on the road. People that drive for themselves. They don't care about nobody. They just come over like, you didn't see me coming? Yeah.
And self-centered.
Oh, well, I would say that's a really conceited person. Like it's all about them. I mean, yeah, it's like it's just me. I'm the center of it all, and you just have to fall around.
Yeah.
You peasants, all you peasants.
All right, let me see. I think I took out one of the questions. Let me see.
To add one worse.
No, one was like really thing, and I was like, but I wanted to change it up. So I'll ask you this one, right? if heaven exists, which I mean, it all depends on your mindset, but this is how the person asked the question. So I'm asking it just like this, right? If heaven exists and you can visit it and you met God, what would you like him to tell you?
How the rest of my life is going to be.
Really? You would want to know?
Let me know. Let me know how the rest of my life is going to be so I can prepare myself. Yeah.
All right. And let me see. Your life now, everything that you know now as Rane, right? If you see the 8-year-old Rane back then, or whatever time that you remember wanting to get into music and so forth, and following the path of your career, what would you tell your 8-year-old self?
Get a Gideon boots and a khaki suit.
Really? Why?
For this industry. Because it's not easy. You will have your high points, you will have your low points, you will have your points where you're like, listen, forget this. I remember Wildfire in the beginning, I used to be like, Wildfire, this thing not paying me, And he used to be like, Rane, if you're doing it for the money, forget it. And then I stopped thinking like that. I am doing it because I really love doing it. But I also was like, all this money I'm putting on, when I coming back, So, but now I don't study that. I don't, because I'm just like, one day will come. But I really like doing it. And then, sometimes you be like, best I just quit. Best I give up. But every time I'm like, oh my God, listen, nobody is perfect and nobody can tell me they never get to that point. Right? And every time you come to that point, something happens. And now you're like, nah, back on the horse. So now I'm on the horse, and the horse real going. The horse going.
That is nice. That is nice. Yeah. Because you, as you say, you do have your ups and downs and different things that happen. So it and once you love something, once you enjoy something, like I find I enjoy voicing more now than going out to do photography, but I still have the love for photography.
Right.
Because if I go to an event with a friend, I'm the one that's still taking the pictures. I'm the one that's still taking the videos. And it shows me it doesn't matter what you do, the love for whatever you enjoy doing comes out naturally.
It does. It does. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to play some music and we're taking a short break and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Table Talk Show is now on Island Vibes Radio. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. Catch us live on Island Vibe Philly on YouTube and log on to islandvibe.net.
We make some love to the girls now. Run track. Hey! Yo! Well, this is the M&M collaboration. Alongside you, Chicken! I'm in love. What? I'm in love. All y'all them put up your hand. All y'all if you don't have a man. All y'all them put up your hand. All y'all if you don't have a man. I met a girl in a red catsuit. See the girl there, see the girl there. Brown eyes, brown hair, so cute. See the girl there, see the girl there. The body of a earth angel. See the girl there, see the girl there. Dimples like a wishing well. See the girl there. She got trouble, Marshall now. But every time I look, she watch me. What yo? This staring game driving me crazy. What yo? I want to know tonight, girl, what you wanna do? 'Cause I'm telling you, at first sight I think my love is true. Oh baby, do, darling, when the party over, give you the thing, I'll give you the thing, I'll give you the sweetness. Darling, when the party over,
every week in the club I see you. What? But I never have enough courage to come over there and ask a question, and it's driving me crazy.
Welcome back to Table Talk Show on islandvibe.net. I'm here with the beautiful, talented Rane. Let me just say, I'm like super excited because, it's always been a great follow-up with Rane, with her work, the music, seeing her perform and everything thus far. And if you missed the show earlier, of course, you could go back and you could watch the entire show. You could go on Rane. Rane, I would like you to give people your handles, your social media handles.
Yeah, so I can be found on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter or X, sorry, and Threads, music, MUZIC_RANE, and Facebook, it's Music Rain as well. So MUZICRANE.
Right, perfect. What advice do you have for upcoming artists?
Same thing I say all the time, which is put in the work. Put in the work, put in the work. It's a lot of work to put in. You might get frustrated, but just stay the course, put in the work, and remember, no one owes you anything. Just remember that. And make sure you have a level head and a broad back.
And if someone has to work with you, what do they need and how do they contact you?
People like all the time, oh, I want to work with you. And I'm like, okay, come with it. Like, come with the song, whatever it is you need to work with. You need me to work with, and they can contact me via my manager, which is Kylie Singh, Jamdong Management. His info is in the bio of my Instagram page, and his info can also be found on my webpage, which is www.musicrain.com.
Right, perfect. And that's our show for today. I want to thank you again. Thank you again, Rane. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
Always a pleasure.
Much. And make sure you download, like, stream, share, tell a friend. Soca music has a lot of songs. That could be found on all digital streaming platforms and YouTube. So make sure you follow, like, share, download, stream, purchase. 99 cents. You can't go wrong.
Exactly. Do you have any projects that you're working on currently that you want anyone to know?
Well, I will just say I'm currently working with D Nice of Nice Nation. So we're working on something that Zone built for me. And I'm working on my next power. So I'm working with Mill Beats. And I think we're also working with Shaft. And then I'm working with a producer named DJ Kai out of Barbados. So lots of things to come. And then that song is also bringing a rhythm. So, we just getting the ball rolling.
Very nice. And this is Black History Month, so I want to empower every woman out there, not just women of color, but every woman out there. You see that, Rane is doing it. Other people that I interview, they're doing it as well. People are getting their degrees. They're following their passion. Some of the no's you could turn into yeses, and Rane, any advice for the women out there, the young women coming up?
Yeah, I will always say, never be afraid to stand on a mountain of no's to get one yes. You can get one yes.
Very good. And on that note, keep it locked to islandvibesradio.net. You can find me on all social medias, Nikki G The Voice. My website is www.nikkigmedia.com. I so don't put my website out so much. I'm like, wait a minute, what is my website? So my website is nikkigmedia.com. You could find photography there, videography there, music there as well. And on SoundCloud, you could also find me, Nikki G The Voice. If you need to email me, email nikkigthevoice@gmail.com. If you need to contact me in order to get advertising done. And there's so many different things that we have going on at Island Vibe. We have actually a cookout competition, I think, which is going to happen in Philly. We're going to be taking part in something with Miss Universe. So I'm going to hit you up about that so you would know, Rane, because I see all the women that I've interviewed and stuff before, whatever contributions that we can put towards it, or I don't know the logistics of what's going on, but I'm just putting it out there. All right, everybody, keep it locked, stay safe, and thank you for tuning in. And Rane, all the best in everything that you do.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm taking it out now with a song from Rane. Go like, stream, share, click the bell, and keep it locked for more shows from People. Thank you.
Leave my wet body soak, all the rude things we could do. Got my elbows on the floor, arch my back, give me raw. I'll make you want to settle down. You know my name, I'm pouring out. You turn me on like sprinklers, you should know. You got me wet, I'm dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I dripping. It building up different. Wet, I dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I dripping. Baby, I want your word, hey. Hold me, bring my fantasies to line. Hold me, to love me up, you just do it right. This wine getting moody. First place, baby, move on. Your lips on mine, had to tell you that you're all different. Rum had me extra tight, like them shots, them expedite. Now you have X with I ain't a sexy vibe. Man love when them like vibe. Full flex from me exercise. Roses on that sexy light. Hold me, you'll be mine tonight. Hold me like the ransom type. Choke me with my hands untied. Bite my lips when you glide inside. If you want me to do the work, I can tell that you's a flirt. I could see me, I hope you know. I whining low, just for you. You have my body burning up. Freaky, freaky, make my heart. Ride it, I won't stop. Explosion, you got me wet, I'm dripping. That wine hit me different. Wet, I dripping. It building up different. Wet, I dripping. That wine hit me different.
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion, heavyweight, world great. I the make Gaza celebrate.
Soca.
Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos parecen todavía viven en el siglo de la hombría, que te arreglan solo para ellos y que para tu hombre te maquilla.
Soca.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net #1 Caribbean station.